Merry freaking Christmas.
Look at that. I told Alan earlier. I love the candy canes.
Nice. Gandang graphics natin ngayon,
Y'all know we're keeping it real out here on Grand Slam Thursdays. Merry Christmas and welcome back to another episode. I'm your host, Jaffeth, and with me are...
I'm Jax Bautista.
And I'm Christian from Bucketball PH.
On this show, we'll dive deep into the world of sports, covering all your favorite games, players, and unforgettable moments. Each Thursday, we'll bring you the latest news in sports, the triumphs, the defeat, and everything in between.
From the thrilling comebacks and nail-biting finishes, we'll bring you the highlights and analysis that you can't afford to miss.
And here's the best part. We want to hear from you, our passionate audience. Reach out to us in the comments section and share your thoughts, questions, and predictions.
How about we start today's episode with a giveaway? The mechanics are simple. Share this live, guess which NBA player as we show on your screens, the pictures, and comment your WinZir ID number with your answers. First to comment with the right answer will win. And by the way, our game consists of 2 games of guess the player based on their past teams, 2 games of guess the player based on their nickname, and then 1 winner of the 500 peso credit based on the hottest take of the night.
It's a mouthful. It's such a long set of lines. And there's no period too.
Okay.
So, walang period.
Ako lang gumadiretso eh.
Alright, Christian, what are we waiting for? First game up. Let's go.
Show us the first picture. Who is this NBA player?
Guess.
Alright, again, WinZir IDs. Okay, here we go. Again, nobody look at the bottom.
WinZir.
Nobody's gonna look at the script. Drafted it, I already know. 2003 from 2011 with the Denver Nuggets. 2017 with the New York Knicks. OKC, they formed a big 3 there. Went to Houston for a while. Was not really known. Wouldn't really have a good time in Houston. Went to Portland for 2 years and ended his career with the Lakers. In my opinion, one of the best scorers of all time.
Yeah.
One of the most unstoppable scorers of all time. And famous, super famous for he'll take the ball mid-post. Turn around, jab, jumper, jab, jumper. There's so many jabs.
Triple jabs.
There's
Triple
one time
jab.
that
Triple
Kobe
jabs.
mentioned Melo as one of the toughest player to defend during their...
Sinabi mo na eh.
There's already correct answer.
Meron na ba?
Yeah.
I believe we have our first correct answer of the night. Again, WinZir ID is ready. Make sure. And I believe our winner is Jason Villavicencio. ID number 6745295. Carmelo Anthony is the correct
One of the hardest
answer.
player to defend during their prime.
100%. Congratulations to our first winner. If you didn't win this time, don't worry because we still have 4 more games.
Very strong down low.
Oo, pero sayang.
And he's at
Sarap
best
sana
when he's at Team USA.
Sarap
Olympic
sana
Melo.
na yung prime talaga ni Melo nung
Olympic Melo was something else. Prime Melo back in his Denver days. His MVP days were when he was in New York. 62 points on all jumpers. That is not easy to do.
Pero supposedly if nagpatuloy talaga siya no, like you cannot really get a spot up shooter talaga like Melo no, na
He's automatic from anywhere.
Automatic, di ba?
Yeah.
Like especially ngayon this era no, like you need guys who are spot up shooters talaga.
Yeah, but he can't defend. He can't defend.
Yung ala,
That's a problem.
yung ala problem, maiwanan talaga siya.
The problem for Melo is during the later part of his career, he doesn't really accepted the fact that he needs to go to the bench.
Yeah.
That's why it's hard for him and for the coaches also to play him, especially during his, I think, Houston time.
His Houston days, that's when he started to decline. His
But
Portland days.
but he won't really accept the fact that some coaches wants to put him in the bench, the 6th man of the team.
Yeah, because he
Unlike
gotta play
Westbrook.
defense.
I like the Westbrook.
See, Westbrook was okay with it because whatever he does to his body physically, he has the energy to play both ends.
I think
Carmelo does not.
he really accepted that role during the time with the Lakers.
He did. He was already sold that he was gonna come off the bench. Reeves, LeBron, and AD were gonna lead the way with the starting 5, right? And that was a recipe for winning.
Carmelo. Anong nickname ni Carmelo?
He doesn't really have one. I don't really know. All I know is that there's Hoodie Melo, and then there's Olympic Melo, and then you get the regular
He's
Melo.
the only superstar who doesn't got
Not really.
Nicknames.
None really ever fit with him, but we digress. Let's talk about some winning ways. The UAAP Season 86 has come to a close. Your champions for Season 86 are the De La Salle University Green Archers. And ladies and gentlemen, here's one thing that I want to share to people, right? On this show, you're going to get expert analysis. You're going to get top-of-the-line information. And what I mean by that is, on this panel, yours truly called De La Salle to win it all. Did I not? I did. Thank you very much.
Thanks to you, Alarcon.
Here's my take on this real quick.
Alarcon, the next King Archer.
King Archer.
Probably. But I'll dive into this real quick with De La Salle. Kevin Cambao, Evan Nelle, Mark Nonoy, Policarpio, Mike Phillips, Ben Phillips, from top to bottom, very complete team.
Yep.
A lot of critics were saying that De La Salle, I'm going to start off with you on this one, Coach. De La Salle were not going to win this championship. UP had more poise. UP was going to be the more experienced team. They had more veterans who've been in more. See, sometimes you can throw that out the window and actually just look across the board. Evan Nelle used to play for San Beda. He's been in big games too. Kevin Cambao was primed to just show up and step in a big way for De La Salle. And the rest virtually followed. Coach, talking about De La Salle, Topex Robinson coming into the program and molding these guys into one crazy, really good offensive and defensive unit. Ultimately for you, what won it for the guys from Taft Avenue?
Well, I think first and foremost, his relationship with his players. If you have a relationship with your players, you basically have more. What do you call this? When you touch the hearts of their players, diba? You saw the exchange of convos yung nagsorry si KQ. Kay Coach Topex, but sila again hindi niya iiwanan. That's somehow parang makes the fire more burning talaga sa mga players when you have a coach like that, no. The more they will play more for you. I think it's all about the game was not about experience, all about inspiration for me, no. That's why they got that win coming from parang
Well, we go out the studio.
So may masakit yung likod natin dito.
Yeah.
So anyways, yan. I think game plan is it all boils down on the grit. It all boils down who wants it more, especially if game 3 na yan.
Daryl Villavicencio, Katniel out, Kitnell in. I like that, Chad. Evan Nelle stepped up in a big way. Their combo is normally Evan Nelle, Kevin Cambao. These guys showed up, stepped up, and stepped in. Talking about how important it is. And I believe we talked about it offline before the show, how important it is in a do-or-die game. Because game 1 went to UP. They won that game by 30. Game 2 went to La Salle. They won that game by 20. And in a do-or-die game, it just seems to be very true in basketball. If you have the best player on the court on your side, there's a very high chance that your team is going to win. Kevin Cambao is the league MVP. Evan Nelle, back in his days with San Beda, was also one of those key players who stepped up in this game. Chan, how important is it to have that kind of a guy who can step up and step in a big way for you?
I think for La Salle, you can expect it's already expected for Cambao to post those kind of numbers. The big factor for me here is Evan Nelle. Evan Nelle has the what do you call this? The impression of being lost during crucial games.
True.
But in game 2, he played like Rajon Rondo, like less points but double-digit rebounds and double-digit assists.
Right.
Game 3, he stepped up again.
Offensively this time, yeah.
It's a huge upside for La Salle, and basically La Salle won this game because, as what Coach Jack said, because of Coach Topex Robinson's brilliance. Like the way Coach Topex handles La Salle, like he forms that bond with his players that whatever happens, they got each other. That's what kind of coach La Salle had right now. I think I saw a clip prior to the start of this season how Coach Topex inculcated those kinds of building blocks for La Salle. So the main thing, aside from these two guys, Nelle and Cambao, was really Coach Topex. And probably I just want to ask Jax about this. What kind of adjustments did Coach Topex did for Game 2 and Game 3? Because we already know that UP dominated Game 1, so that's probably a momentum starter for UP.
For the game 1, no.
Yep.
Well, I believe they just came out harder. You know, they can compete. Game 1, well, they're off, but then they're not that really active. But then the game 2 comes, di ba kita mo the brothers were trying to get the rebounds. Daming offensive rebounds nangyari, gigil. I
They
think
wanted
basically just the LSU wanted it more.
I'll give a good take on this one. So the one thing that I observed in Game 2 and in Game 3, the biggest adjustments being done the biggest adjustment, because coaching matters in this kind of a game. Yung pinakamalaking adjustment na ginagawa ni Topex Robinson was they had to figure out how to contain their guards. Kagulangan and Alarcon they look annoying and they are annoying.
And they also have Abadiano.
Abadiano. In Game 1, the biggest mistake of LaSalle was folding to the pressure that the guards were applying to Ebanele, Kevin Kembao out on the perimeter. So what did LaSalle do? Topex Robinson and company. They put these guards through a hell of a lot of screens. They were coming off of pin downs and all kinds of different actions. Down by the baseline or up top. Every single possession, LaSalle would also put Kevin Kembao mid-post, high-post, and they'd work around that pass and screen away plays. So this was a great adjustment because it stopped Ebanele and Kevin Kembao from having unmarked Nonoy from having to go up top all the time and try to create something off the pressure from the UP guards. They operated a little bit more off ball, take that pressure away, get these guys to be in a help defense mode. When they were in help defense mode, their defense all of a sudden will start crumbling because these guys were not exactly the best help defenders. They're not long, they're not athletic unless you multiply Francis Lopez by 4. This was not exactly the most intimidating defense, talking about UP. That was a very good adjustment in behalf of Topex Robinson. You saw it there. De La Salle winning game number 3, your season 86 champion. Sorry, I forgot the word.
How ironic, no? The best coaches right now is in the UAP. For me, Coach Goldwyn, Coach Tab, and Coach Topex.
I like
so
that.
It is really nice development for our grassroots, considering these coaches are coaching already for sort of preparing these players for national team duties.
The one thing that I will always say though is, number one, the UAAP and the NCAA are definitely the only leagues I like watching. I will not mention the other league. That does not matter. Because there's just so many different. I'm gonna put up a narrative later on.
No comment lang ako
Right. And Sasafi, but why not throw Sasafi in there? The Cobras, who are one win away from being in the Final Four. Shout out to Coach Mike Reyes, Vince Odon, and of course Kim Reyes, and the guy to my left. So close, yet so far away. You guys have to watch your co-warriors go out there and get it.
Next year,
son,
next year, sure then.
Somebody shed some light before we pivot over to Kevin Kembao. Somebody shed some light on this Kitnell thing going on. I don't get it. Kitty Duterte, Ebanele, is there something wrong with the relationship? I'm not following here.
Parang sort of yung narrative dyan. Hindi bawal matalo si Evan kasi yung tatay ni
I get it.
Lose or die.
I get
do
it.
Do or die.
I was so confused looking at all the memes, all the gifs, all the comments. Like, why is this?
Yeah.
And by the way, shout out to Neil Ramos and the peck shorts. I've never seen peck shorts that show off the thighs.
And
where
the
are we
Nor.
going? We're not going to the beach.
That's Nor for you.
Nor, by the way.
Oh, nandito siya ngayon
He'll be
sa
on camera
studio.
very, very soon. But so that's the issue. Not really an issue. It's just more of like a funny thing that people were throwing out there.
Hero. Pag matalo, deads talaga yan
Yan
si Evan.
Tatay digong to UP, subukan mong manalo. Masisira ang buhay mo. That's good. That's up there. Daniel Villeme Central, that's up there. That has to be. Does Kevin Kembao have Japanese blood because he put that cumin sauce? I like that one too from Marvin Villazon. And we're going to talk about the MVP right now who had 24 points, 9 rebounds, 4 assists. Coach, very good question. I believe that was fielded earlier by Lele.
Yeah.
Can Kevin Kembao already be considered one of the greatest, or can he be considered the greatest green archer of all time?
Definitely, yes. So first things first.
Over Mike
First thing-
Cortez.
Wow.
Hindi, kasi kung titinawan pa lang, season na MVP. Then, kayo finals MVP. And then they played against a heftier...
The greatest of all time. Greatest archer of all time. Renren Ritualo, Don Aliado, Meyer Hoffer, JB Castro, Jerome Teng, Ben Mbala.
Greatest of all time?
All
Hindi.
time.
Hindi.
You won't go with your boy?
You're not gonna ride?
Hindi. Hindi. Kung greatest of all time, for me, hindi.
Who do you have as the greatest archer of all time?
Archer?
Go for Ben.
I'm not
That's
gonna say
your boy.
Ben because
That's
Ben is
Ben
so like.
Ben is there. For me, if you say import, of course, you got Ben talaga. Ben is just there. Local
But
wise,
no imports, whatever. If you want to say Ben Mbala, say Ben Mbala. If you think he really is the greatest archer of all time, regardless of whatever. Let me know in the comments. Who's the greatest archer of all time?
mahirap eh. Like it's a broad. It's
super broad, but
it's
here's
a broad
my-
thing to say.
Here's my answer, right? My number one archer of all time, me personally, is JV Castro. Because of all the championships,
Really clutch.
super clutch. And when he
Yeah.
transitioned to the PBA, he took his scoring prowess and his shooting with him. Though it didn't. The only reason why we don't have JV Castro in a lot of arguments, and people will probably say Don Aliado, and they're gonna go Rendon Tualo, and even I have Meyerhofer high on this list because what they did for DLSU when they were there was absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
UAP champions, PCCL champions, Phil All Flying V champions, DLSU when JV Castro and Meyerhofer.
Yan yung
were
time
there.
na haros ka mong guy.
Oh yeah.
I remember.
The way they play pressure defense.
I remember play against like JV and
Joseph Yo,
Joseph
Mike
Yo.
Cortez.
si JV. Ang naabutan ko na si
Master
JV. Si JV. We used to play against JV. That's what that was. I think PSL. PSL. PCCL. We're number 1 team, number 16 kami USC, so qualify kami. So number 1 versus number 16, we played in Phil Oil. So against LaSalle, the 2008 LaSalle championship team. So they got Meyerhofer, JV Casio, I forgot the other guys. Basta like when we're trying to pressure JV Casio, it's just like parang wala lang, smooth lang siya gumagalaw, ganun lang. Dadaan lang
Hindi
kami.
maratol, hindi mabilis
Hindi
maratol.
naratol. Then there was a dunk of Meyerhofer na drop pa sa kanya, biglang din nakaraparapan sa big man namin.
But here's the thing about these kids nowadays, which is very amazing to me. This is why I like watching the college basketball scene more than I'll just say the PBA. PBL probably I'd watch that, but the PBA doesn't have these kind of things where these kids are slamming it in. They're shooting.
Ano
They're
ngayon,
really different.
ang kids ngayon, they're very athletic
Kahit
talaga.
sa MCBL nga.
Unlike,
Kahit sa MCBL meron na nga eh. Pero sa PBA,
unlike before.
yung problema ko is like like before, coach, yung sa time mo, yung parang diba?
Kumakain ng time mo, parang hindi ka president
Lahat umuupo lang sa ere.
Yung nga, hindi kasi dati, yung mangyayari is, when somebody would dunk a ball, all of a sudden the crowd would go
Yeah,
crazy.
wow.
This guy's the newest prospect. There's so much news that gets like from Cebu all the way up until like Manila to recruit this kid. Nowadays, man, dunking isn't even like, it's not even as valuable as it was before. Like if you dunk, cool, it's just 2 points now. Before it was like, oh, you're a highlight reel, Chan. But talking about Kevin Kembao and the rest of these kids, what's different? Is it the nutrition? Is it just genetics? Is it just the talent's getting better? And where do we see Kevin Kembao down the line?
I think majority of the players right now or in this generation, majority is part of it is the access on how you develop your skills. Way back early 2000s or during the 90s, it's so hard to get something just in order to develop your skills. You have to be within a coach, but it's not easy to access. Unlike right now, you're just gonna search how to cross over on YouTube. So a lot of tips already would be there.
Hello, of
How
course.
to shoot like Steph Curry.
Of
A lot
course, yung
tips
mga
would be there.
nutritions din nila, iba yun. Iba
Yeah,
na ngayon
true.
nutrition.
I saw they're taking it to a whole new level. I saw KQ doing some workouts that I saw were being done at another level.
Like they're
Yeah.
so like what Coach Carl knew, like they're so focused on plyometrics right now. So there are a lot of factors on how they're very scientific.
Scientific.
Right now.
Well, they have to
Kasi nga before like kami, what we do is ang ibig sabihin basta pa mag-train ka, you go all out, hard work every time.
Yeah.
Like 4 hours of training, 2 hours of training straight na hard work, lagi hard work. Right now, there's mga scientific sa rin na may tinatawag na kami na active rest. So you're just magre-rest ka pero parang mag-sprint ka ng 10 sprints lang, just for your body to recover talaga. And I believe that's the reason also why the players now are if rested well, maka-recover yung body mo, the more powerful they pagka next day or next days.
The way they're dealing things right now is they wanted players to practice but not that hard in order for them to go harder
In the games.
during games.
Yeah.
Because it's pointless when you go hard during practice but you're already tired for the game.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, for me that's true, no? Sa amin sa Southwest, we practice 9 to 12, 3 hours of practice. Pero 9 to 9:30, we just let the player do shoots around.
Hold on. Let me ask you something, Coach, because you've had a foot in both worlds, where you used to be a player and now you're a coach. So
Alright.
what I keep hearing is, ngayon kami sa Southwest. But what about those times when you were a player?
Before it's different. Right now it's more on our practices, more on direct to the point. What we do in the games, yun yung ginagawa namin. We're putting more repetitions on that. Unlike before, like we will do this certain drills just to just for the sake of doing it. But right now, the reason siguro why for us sa team namin ngayon, within the span of 1 year, we conquered, not conquered siguro, na overcome namin yung 40-point deficit, 30-point deficit namin during the off season. And then almost naka-reach kaming Final Fours because of that consistency na we do the things the right way, and we do the drills directly to on what we want to do in the games. Kasi before ginagawa namin, before mga previous practices, kahit anong ginagawa, ganyan. Ngayon, 3 hours namin, or most likely siguro ang 2 hours lang dyan is that's for the practice namin talaga. 1 hour is mostly the shoot around and stuff, stretching and so on, conditioning. But again, 2 hours, yan lang yung ginagawa namin. That's why thankful lang kami sa team namin. Wala kaming injuries na nangyari during the major injuries during the season. Unlike the other teams na sobrang dami lang nangyari.
The kind of way they're playing or they're strategizing in this current time is it's more on work smart, not like before you just go hard every time. Right now, coaches
you
and
pick your
players,
spots.
they're working smart.
Yeah, you pick your spots.
Smart.
For sure. So Kevin Kembao, league MVP, finals MVP, and an amazing run by DLSU. 24 points, 9 boards, 4 assists.
Good question. Will Kevin Kembao stay for LaSalle?
He will. I think he will. I don't think there's any reason for him to. Even if Japan.
Pero sabi mo, magbabakasyon daw sa Japan eh.
Yeah.
For 3 years.
For 3 years, yeah. Now, I don't see Kevin Kembao leaving DLSU not anytime soon.
May isang year ba siya?
No, he still has some
Few more years?
ability for sure. Yeah, in my opinion.
So kung may few more years pa yan,
I mean, he's gonna dominate the league for a while.
LaSalle don't have that dominant import yet.
I don't think they need one.
Hindi ko nga na-feel eh.
Michael Phillips is
they
still
would
out.
have a dominant import next year. Let's say Precious Momoe would transfer.
I don't.
Really scary.
They would be scary, but they wouldn't be like. There would be a lot of things that would need to be fixed.
But you cannot use Kevin Kembao that more when they would get a dominant import too. So
that's the whole point. Like all of a sudden, you take away from what KQ does so well. Right, that's what happened also in Gilas Pilipinas. There's so many different focal points that you want to start with. Who do you actually just start with? In this case, if you have Kevin Kembao, you know he's the guy. He's the guy. You give him the ball, make plays. And speaking of somebody who's making plays, in the NCAA Finals, Mapua takes a 1-0 series lead against San Beda. Jan, we were talking about this previously in the last episode.
I remember, di ba sabi mo, Mapuan Dark Horse ngayon?
Yeah, the super dark horse, Clint Escamis.
But they're playing like they're not the dark horse.
So right now, it's a battle of what we talked about last week, Chan. I'll start off with you on this one. We're talking about a team that's on the rise versus a team that knows exactly what they want and how they want it done. And San Beda falling to Mapua in Game 1. Is it now a question where we start seeing that there's a chink in the San Beda armor? Do we believe that the culture is fading a little bit? Or what's your take on how do you see Game 2 panning out in the NCAA Finals?
I think it's going to be close. Like Game 1, it's still close. Mapua was just lucky that they have Clint Escamis. Like, he really carried Mapua on that game.
I don't think there's anybody else on that team outside of Clint Escamis for sure.
The scary thing for Mapua is one bad game for Clint,
And they're done.
and they're done.
And they're done.
Unlike how San Beda is playing, they're
loaded.
really balanced,
That's a loaded
and
team.
there's experience over there.
And look at the culture.
And you cannot deny the fact that they have Jacob Cortez.
Yeah.
Like he's really he's really good. I think a bit better than his dad. A little bit better than his dad, but yeah.
For me, yeah.
Yes.
For me, tama.
He's a bit better than his
Tama.
dad.
I mean, he should be. You know, you learn
Tama.
from somebody.
Tama.
The idea would be for you
Although
to be better.
Jacob is a bit shorter though.
He
than
is,
his
he is
dad, but
shorter.
skill-wise, he's a bit better.
Who do you have game 2? Mapua, San Beda.
I think it's gonna be San Beda, and it's gonna be an all-out on game 3.
It's going to have the same effect as the
Yeah.
UAP finals. Coach,
Same.
San Beda, Mapua, who takes game 2? And ultimately, who wins?
Of course, you get ultimately or game 2 muna. Game 2.
Game two
I
muna.
think
Game
game
two.
2 for San Beda.
And
Okay.
ultimately,
And knowing Coach
Yuri.
Coach Yuri, of course, they will do some adjustments for game 2, no. But if for me, if San Beda will win a big, will make a wins for the big margin, most likely San Beda will get a game 3.
You have San Beda in game 3? Because for everybody watching, we did this last time. I hope you're listening. Because we're gonna do it again.
Yep.
We're gonna call the champion. We're gonna call the eventual champions here. You have San Beda.
I got San Beda.
I have
because of
You have San Beda. Ladies and gentlemen, I also have San Beda winning this. On the premise that Chad pointed out very, very well, their Mapua is a Clint Escamis bad game from losing or from this coming
Because
absolutely
game 1 is really close. I
unhinged.
think it's 69 something. Or
Correct,
70,
yeah.
71 or 70.
And again,
4 points, 2 points.
Yeah, that was a heavy lift. That was a lot of heavy lifting by Clint Escamis. And once San Beda figures out they're double teaming
Correct.
to make sure that Clint is very limited.
Who's next for Mapua?
Exactly. Who's the next shot taker, shot maker? Big question mark for Mapua, and I believe in my, and this is not a disrespect to anyone who believes Mapua will win, but I believe that when your team is put in a very interesting position, all of a sudden, because the whole season it was a Clint Escamis show. Once the Clint Escamis show is shut down, now you're in unfamiliar territory.
And the pressure, I think, is with Mapua, considering they're
It is.
number 1 and they defeated their semifinal match up easily.
They did.
And for San Beda, I think they were number 3 at the standings. They have to overcome twice to beat against Lyceum. So they are already what do you call this? They're already ready for
More
those
test-
kinds of
tested
games
na
because
sila.
they're tested already
Tested
because
na.
during the semifinals their back is against the wall against Lyceum.
Mm.
I think they beat Lyceum twice straight,
They did.
right? Yeah.
Yep.
And entering the playoffs, they're number 3, so no one expected them because they're very inconsistent during the eliminations. So San Beda is already tested, and I think it's not new for them to be down 0-1. So the pressure is on Mapua.
I agree. And in my opinion, again, if you guys are watching, San Beda is gonna take this. Nobody go out there and put a 38,000 stake. Just bet responsibly. I think that's the number one thing. Don't go out there like burning your 1 month. Yung 13th month nyo, inuubos nyo agad. Dan Alighieri, let's go San Beda, my old alma mater. Sensi Jiban playing at gameplay ba yan? An account talaga dyan ako. I don't know what the hell that means. JV Son Atienza, on point, sir. Access to the development of players, skills, talent, etc. main advantage today. Now let's go from the NCAA to the NBA. Steve Kerr, as the Phoenix Suns general manager, attempted to trade for Stephen Curry on draft night. So there would have been a situation where Stephen Curry and Steve Nash would have been on the same team. Coach, I'll start off with you on this one. This is more of an NBA rumor type conversation. And more of a what if conversation, but because this was way back in, I think, 2007? If I'm not mistaken, this is 2007, 2008?
Yeah.
Right? The Stephen Curry draft?
During the Shaquille.
Correct. No, if so when Shaq won the championship,
Yeah.
that was 2006. So it's been a while. But long story short, the question here is, what would have Steve Nash and Stephen Curry combo, what would that have looked like for the, 18 seconds or less Suns?
Oh, that's so
6 seconds or less Suns.
Baka hindi 4 seconds na nga lang yan. It's gonna be big, no? Especially if we got Nash who loves to attack, who loves to dish some dimes, and you see Steph is like an automatic from the range, no? But then again, we don't know if nangyari to, kung lalabas ba yung laro ni Steph talaga.
Yun nga.
The ball won't be in his hand.
Oo, kasi mawawala sa
But
kanya.
if you look at it, the way Phoenix plays is sort of like the Golden State Warriors, I think, when they have their title run, more on fast pace.
Yeah, and they play defense. That was a crazy point.
So, if you put Steph with the Phoenix Suns, I think parang the way Steph is playing during his during the 2016, right?
Correct.
Yeah, during the 2016s, and you put him in the Steve Nash era, where the Phoenix Suns also used to jack up threes like the way Golden State do, and you have Steve Nash as your point guard. The way Draymond Green sets up Steph, it's going to be easier for Steph to score. And it's 2010, right? When it's 2008, 2010. So the defense is a bit different. So
yeah. Well, the one thing I will say about this whole rumor, whether it was true or not, whether it is a fact or not, the one thing that stands out to me is that Stephen Curry would not have been Stephen Curry either way.
yeah.
And the factor is maybe he learned a thing or two from Steve Nash, but because we're taking Stephen Curry as is for who he is now, and we're trying to put him back in the past. The idea there would be when Stephen Curry started out in his NBA career was injury prone, and it took the Warriors taking a massive gamble on him when they traded Monta Ellis for Andrew Bogut. They were supposed to trade Steph Curry, but there was there's one thing that happened that prevented that trade.
I think the Bucks was
The Bucks GM did something
suspicious about Curry's ankle.
Suspicious about Curry's ankles. Didn't really trust it, so they said, "No, just give us Monte Ellis. We'll give you Andrew Bogut." And the rest is, as they say, history.
Laki mahay siguro, no?
Probably.
This rumor, if you would look at this rumor, Steve Kerr already eyed Steph Curry, right? So I think prior entering Golden State, he already knew what to do.
He probably knew what he liked. He probably saw what he liked in Davidson. That alone was very crazy. It was Jimmer Fredette before Jimmer Fredette.
Yeah.
Let's not get carried away with that. But Stephen Curry with Steve Nash would have been very interesting. And something else that's very interesting, the in-season tournament semis are in full swing. We have 4 teams remaining in this in-season tournament. The Lakers versus the Pelicans, the Pacers versus the Bucks. All right, here's what we're going to do. We're all going to make our calls for who will make the championship round and who will ultimately win. Coach, I'll start with you. Lakers and Pelicans. Who takes this victory?
Of course, we go LA.
You got the Lakers.
We got LA.
I don't see Chan. I'm going to go with you on this one, or I'm going to go to you on this one. I just don't see the Pelicans having the poise in this type of a setting, in a playoff type setting. I don't see them having the poise. I don't see them having the experience. I don't see them having the mental fortitude to win this game. Meaning, I'm throwing a lot of intangibles, but I'm assuming you have the Lakers winning this one.
Yeah. If you look at it, the Lakers are getting healthy. Vando is a huge X factor for the Lakers, and they already have Hachimura back. Cam Reddish is also back, and the only lacking player for them right now is Gabe Vincent. If you look at the Phoenix Suns game, the Lakers were back in their identity being a defensive team. Although, let's say Booker had his points, KD had his points also, but their points were way harder
to get.
Have you seen that game-tying attempt for KD, where I think he's really well defended by the Lakers? Prior to the start of the season, the Lakers are trying to have that identity of being a defensive team.
And they pulled it off.
Unfortunately, during the start of the season, 4 of their major defensive players were out. Hachimura is out. Prince is out.
Vando.
At times, Vando is out. Vincent is out. Hayes was also in and out with their rotation. So, luckily for the Lakers, their defensive players are back. So,
me personally, I have the Lakers winning this as well, on the back of the fact that they're the only team. Well, they're one of the only 2 teams, probably in my opinion, who still play very, very high level defense. We're gonna talk about that other bracket in a bit. The Lakers probably are going to go to the finals. That's our first one in, Coach. Let's talk Pacers Bucks here. A lot of people in the comments are saying
Lakers.
Halliburton. Man, you want to ride that train? You got to ride that train all the way. You better make that bet. You better make that bet. Bucks, Pacers, who do you have? Wow!
You don't trust the defense. So.
Wow! No ifs, no ifs. You're the Pacers or your Bucks. It is in Las Vegas.
Yeah. Bucks, yeah.
The LeBron, Giannis, and that. No, but
I-
you're
I
gonna
saw
go with the Pacers.
I saw a tweet of KD, right? That he said if he were going to choose, he's gonna choose the Lakers because it's good for the fans. Plus, it is going to be in Vegas. So who would bet? Who would watch?
Well, Zion versus Tyrese is also a very good narrative. They're gonna spin that. Yeah. LeBron, you're probably gonna want to milk that. Conspiracy theories aside. It would be good for Dame, for true. John, Pacers, Bucks. He has Pacers, mind you. He has not changed his mind. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, it would be good. So you're gonna have Lakers, Pacers. You're gonna have Lakers, Pacers. Who do you have? Pacers, Bucks.
My heart goes to the Pacers.
Jesus Christ!
But
What the hell is going on tonight?
look how Pacers entered. Like they beat the Boston Celtics.
Okay.
So, yeah, you cannot
Okay.
you cannot disregard them easily. But logically, I think
Are you just
matchup wise, I think it's gonna be the Bucks.
So who do you have? Lakers versus?
Lakers versus Bucks.
You have the Lakers. You have the Bucks moving on. You have the Pacers moving on. I remember last week when we had this debate, who I would pick was ultimately the winner. I'm gonna go. We got Lakers on the one end, and we're gonna go with the Bucks on the other end. The Bucks, for as weird as they have started out this season, they're still a fairly good defensive team. Malik Beasley, Jay Crowder, Giannis, Brook. Damian is the only kink to that entire defense. They let go of my boy Drew Holiday. Why? I don't know. You didn't need to do that, but you did anyway. We're stuck with Dame, who's more of like a cannon for points more than he is a wall for defense. I'll live with that. But in a game where I don't see Tyrese Halliburton exploding too much because he relies a lot on his ability to dish out the basketball against Brook Lopez and Giannis Antetokounmpo, Miles Turner and Obi Toppin are your matchups. I don't like it for the Indiana Pacers. I just don't see them winning it. And then you go with the guards and Benedict Mathurin, Jalen Duren, all these guys. I just don't see the Pacers having the depth, nor do they have the offensive punch the way the Bucks will have them, or the way the Bucks will come in ready for this one. They got by the Boston Celtics. That was very surprising. I know it took a lot of people by surprise. But I don't think the Bucks will be as surprised with the way Tyrese Halliburton has been playing. A lot of fans are saying that he's the MVP of the in-season tournament. Definitely a strong case. Not going to argue he could be the one to win that all.
Tyrese will dominate the Bucks tomorrow. Sabi ni Joe
Galinado. You know what? Let's put that up on WinZir. Let's put it up. Let's put it up on WinZir. Let's put it up on WinZir. I got you. Right? I don't see Tyrese Halliburton having a big night. His guy.
Sabi ni Norl, Lakers versus Pacers daw eh.
Go out. Get out. Get out. Get out. Door. Here's 50 pesos. Get out. I have Lakers Bucks. I think that's going to be the matchup. The NBA will have their LeBron versus Giannis, changing of the guard, passing of the crown, whatever you want to call it. Whatever narrative you want to write, they're going to have that. They're going to enjoy it. It's going to be a fun end to the in-season tournament. That's my point. No, here's my point. The Celtics were surprised with the Pacers. They were not ready for the offensive onslaught that was Tyrese Halliburton dishing it off the here. They were not ready for that. I think the Bucks will be ready. They're going to be aware that we cannot be complacent with Tyrese Halliburton. They're going to put Malik Beasley on him, make it a hard night. The Pacers, because that's the matchup that's very worrisome.
Dave Sales, Jaffeth. 40-point triple-double for Tyrese. Mark this, Jaffeth.
Boy, hold on. I have no fear. I have Le Petit, Kevin Durant on Evan Fournier. I have this much fear in the Bucks losing tomorrow. It will be a Bucks Lakers in-season tournament final, Niv Salas. You can bank on that. I guarantee it on this show. Like I guarantee De La Salle winning the championship for season 86.
Gilas will win gold.
And Gilas will win gold. I do not fear. I tell you now, when DLSU, so many people are hitting me up, Jax, they were saying, oh, brother, DLSU lost by 30. How do you feel now? I was like, oh, I'm good. I'm chilling. You see the snowflakes coming down on our screen? It's nice and cold out here. I'm not worried at all, Chan. It'll be the Bucks and the Lakers in the finals. I guarantee it. Again, the league, the NBA will have their Giannis and LeBron narrative. They're going to milk that for all it's worth because there is no world where it's going to be the Lakers versus Tyrese Halliburton either, Jax. If you're talking about what's the most marketable narrative, hell no. Zion versus Tyrese ain't fun. Ain't nobody want to watch that on primetime TV.
Joe Galindo. I'll cut my hair full bald if Pacers lose tomorrow.
Joe Galindo.
Oh.
I got you, bro. You can keep your hair. You can grow it any length you want. They're going to win tomorrow. The Bucks are taking that dub. Absolutely sure. No doubt in my mind. Just as sure as I was, John, when Gilas and the gold medal take, I was sure then. With DLSU and UP, I was sure then. I'm sure of this now. 100%.
Triniger nyo eh. Triniger
I think
nyo
Neil
eh.
got that on video. I lost my voice a little bit. Now, let's discuss why this is important. Because if we got a Lakers Bucks, you got a Lakers Pacers final, you have a Lakers Bucks final, I have a Lakers Bucks final. What does this mean? For all the LeBron haters, if the Lakers win this all, here come the LeBron haters, coach. They're like, oh, the in-season tournament doesn't matter.
This
It
doesn't
doesn't count. Oh, my God.
This is going to make him the GOAT because Jordan and Kobe don't.
Oh, and then you got, guys, let me. It's so annoying.
In season tournament.
And here's because we know this is gonna happen. I've already prepared so much content on our page to fire back when this does happen, which it probably will, right? So there's two narratives at play here, folks. And Coach and Chan, chime in whenever you want. First narrative: if LeBron wins the championship, there will be two sides that'll start arguing nonsense on social media. Friends will be lost. It'll just be as intense as Lenny and Bong Bong. I guarantee you that much. If LeBron wins, he will have something that Jordan never had. Okay? For all the idiots out there, this didn't exist during Jordan's time. So Jordan could not have won it anyway. Okay? Does this add value to LeBron as in the GOAT argument? Yes, it does. Because in pressure situations for which a lot of narratives have been written, Chan, where LeBron was not clutch, this makes him clutch. This makes him somebody that in a situation where you need somebody to deliver, LeBron delivers. Okay? That's the Laker narrative. Now, if the Bucks were to win, it's a narrative where it's a changing of the guard. LeBron officially has given the keys to the NBA to Giannis Antetokounmpo. If the Bucks lose, well, again, LeBron narratives start running. Which one has the bigger impact, Coach, with regards to the NBA's future if we're taking at a microscopic or a microcosm look of the in-season tournament? The Lakers winning and LeBron having something that doesn't, or the Bucks winning and the changing of the guard happening?
You got the pro LeBrons
Mm.
and you got the anti-LeBrons who will siguro sasabog in social media dahil dyan.
Marvin Miller is on. Hold on, I got this is really good. Imagine if the Lakers will win. LeBron will be the first NBA player to win an Olympic gold medal, a World Cup, an NBA championship, and an in-season tournament championship.
And a bubble chip.
And the bubble. Again, this is why it's always so weird.
I really hate that.
It's a horrible argument to make, Chan.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense.
Sabi nila, Mickey Mouse Championship eh. That's probably one of the hardest chip to do.
Sa opinion ko lang, the bubble championship, in my opinion, is the hardest.
Yeah.
It is one of the hardest. Why?
Fans, equal lahat.
Equal. Everything's equal. Nobody
Walang
lacks.
home court.
Yeah, nobody lacks sleep anywhere. If you're a true baller, you understand this. The hardest games to ever win are when everybody is playing at a highly competitive level and we are all on equal footing. We all got the same amount of sleep. We're all playing on the same court.
Orlando lang yata may home court dun eh. Kasi sa Orlando nangyari.
And there weren't even no fans still. All right? So, interesting argument to have. Let's move on. Another debate which I love. I love this topic. You know why? Because there's never a right or wrong answer, and the people in barbershops always start foaming at the mouth for this. A couple of games ago, Golden State versus Sacramento. Coach, you're a shooter. I'd love to ask you this question, and please don't make me hurt you. So Stephen Curry takes what I thought was the worst shot ever to win the game. And the audacity. Here's how I know you're a Golden State fan and you're just a Stephen Curry casual. If that was a Golden State fan, you criticize Stephen Curry for doing what he did. You hold him accountable because no player is greater than the franchise, despite them being the reason why that franchise exists or has existed or continues to exist. You hold him accountable. But when you're a Steph Curry casual, you live with him taking a three-quarter shot pinned down off a bad screen by Draymond falling to the floor when you have Klay when you have Klay Thompson open to your right, wide open. Some were saying that he didn't have enough time to pass. You had enough time. You had 1.5 seconds technically before he took the shot.
You can, I think one pass. I think there's time for one pass with 1.5 seconds.
There was enough time even when he fell down.
Yeah.
And that's what I don't get. But coach, let me start with you in this one. The tournament argument to be had. Does Jax Bautista take the shot or does he pass it to Jaffeth Quinola for the win? Look me in the eye and tell me, what would you do? You have a double team on you. Do you give it to me or do you shoot it? What do you do? What do you do? This actually happened in Bollywood. This actually happened. Right, but put yourself in Stephen Curry shoes. What do you do?
For me, when I saw that game, I thought that the second best shooter for the for me that was that I think shot was a bit prior to that game.
I don't think so.
But the problem with that shot is that was heavily contested also.
Oh, it was heavily contested.
Pero for me, if that shot was maybe some closer pa talaga, not the logo. For me,
The thing there is,
It was a bad shot.
Curry usually makes those kind of shots, but sometimes hindi yun heavily contested. Unlike that shot.
It was so
I
contested.
think there was two players who tried to block him. Two?
So the scenario was he comes off the pick from Green up top.
Yeah.
My understanding was because they were down by one. They were down by one. You didn't need a three. That play, Golden State would normally run it. So Stephen Curry can have a head full of steam going downhill, and whoever would need to hedge that screen or defend that screen, he would have to choose. Do I let Steph Curry shoot from here, or do I let him drive? Usually 8 times out of 10, Stephen Curry gets the drive because they're so afraid of him shooting that they'll press up too much. The problem there was Steph made a bad read, put up a bad shot, and when he came off the screen, he failed to see Klay Thompson or Andrew Wiggins, who was wide open. Now, let me be clear. I love Steph, but that's a bad shot. You have to hold the man accountable for that, Chan.
Oh, pero pag si LeBron yun, ibabash din natin sa kanya kasi ipapasa niya.
So here's the question now. Let me ask you this, Chan.
Difference.
Let's say, because ultimately this argument depends on who the player is.
Yep.
It doesn't really matter what the action was. It matters who did it. If it's LeBron, you pass it, you get criticized. You
Yep.
shoot it, if it misses, you're not as clutch as Michael Jordan. There's so many things that can happen. If you're Stephen Curry, you take that shot, bad shot, horrible shot. You should have passed it. You should have passed it, in my opinion. But if you pass it, now you're being labeled as not clutch.
Mhm.
How do you find the in between here? What do you do?
I think it's as a player, I think you should make the right play. I think what happened with Steph was, I think it was really a bad read for Steph. he had Klay Thompson really wide open. For some reason, he took the shot at the almost half court. I remembered one of my coaches way back, like the play was for Yassi. The play was for Yassi. But I really found myself wide open. I took the game-winning shot and I airballed it. And the coach
Bam.
was really, really mad at me.
Damn. Alright.
And sabi ko, Coach, wide open ako. Sabi ng coach, I don't care if open ka kasi pag nasa half court ka, wide open ka pa din. Pwede mo dun itira. So the concept is, I think Steph felt a little bit of separation.
He probably
and
did.
he has the nakaya ng itira, tapos he had the confidence that he kind of would make the shot.
Right.
Unfortunately hindi. So I think it was normal for him to take the shot, but if I were Steph, I would rather pass it to
It was a passing situation.
yeah.
It was a passing situation.
Like there were two players, but there was comment here. He would rather have Steph jack up that shot rather than see
Come
Draymond
on.
Green do the layup.
So the problem isn't Draymond Green. Well, it's actually two problems. Number one, the defense knew Draymond Green is not a threat. Not as a roll threat, not as a pop threat. He's not a threat. So what did the defense realize? We can press up on Curry when
That's
he comes
why
up
there
the
were two
screen.
players
Exactly.
trying to
To compress because there wasn't going to be enough time. So it was a great IQ play by Sacramento. Credits to their entire coaching staff and Coach Mike Brown. Because when they pressed up, Steph didn't have much of a choice.
and
He
Coach
got-
Jimmy Alapag.
and Jimmy Alapag, wherever you are, we appreciate you, Coach. So when they did that, all of a sudden Steph took a tumble, got hit a little bit, and then he fell to the ground, couldn't pass it off. Now, am I saying that Stephen Curry is a bad player? No, I think again that whole play was just bad. But does it speak to what Stephen Curry is in the clutch sometimes? Yes, because he does have a tendency to take these kind of shots. Whether it goes in or not, the only solution here is that you make a shot.
I think there was some. I think it's Coach Jax who told me this. To never hesitate every time you make a decision when you're playing the game. I don't remember sino nagsabi sa akin. Basta, if you're gonna commit to do something, just do it. I think that's what happened with Steph. Like, he's really committed to take the last shot. That's why he threw up the really far 3-point shot. Kasi if hindi siya committed na ititira yun, probably...
I think there's a bit of a misunderstanding in the comments. Let me clarify what the real issue is. Should he have passed it to Wiggins or Clay? There was no passing it to Green. You're
There's
not
no
passing it to Green. Even I will agree that's not a good idea. Hindi mo magaling na proposition. I promise you. Where they were in that play, that's a horrible thing to do. I would actually trust Steph more. In that situation, Steph, take it. No way.
Mas mataas yung percentage ni Steph sa ganung tira kaysa sa
Yun nga.
mag-layup to Green.
Mag-agree ako dun. Kasi, but in my mind, when you had Clay or Wiggins, you gotta pass it. They're wide open.
I
They're
think-
very good shooters
I think
too.
it's the same distance when he made that shot against Oklahoma. But the difference
But
there, but he's
yeah.
really wide open with that shot compared
And-
to that shot he made.
Yeah.
He attempted against Sacramento.
And I think there's a lot more scrutiny to this one because again, it was down one.
Yep.
You're having a really weird
Yeah.
season. You needed to win. You need every win you can get right now because who knows what's going on internally with Klay Thompson's contract and Draymond Green's contract. What type of things are being said in the background? We don't know. But that ties in again. I thought we talked about these micro things that happen in a season. You may forget about it, but you remember the big reason why KD left Golden State was because of that altercation him and Draymond had in LA against the Clippers. And that's when everybody realized this was probably when KD wanted out already. Same thing here. This could have been a defining moment where Klay was like, you know what? You want to keep playing hero ball? Fine.
Pero pag si Neil yun, hindi yun pipasa ni Neil.
Oh, no. Whether it's a pickup game, an in-season game.
Neil's
the
gonna
one-
just do this.
there-
Tapos titira bigla.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's his play, too. That's it.
And mine as well. And mine as well.
I don't have that play. I'm like,
Sino ang piliin mo? Ako, si Neil.
Well,
oh,
start bench.
Start bench cut. That's so
Kami
easy.
tatlo.
Start. I'll question why he's on the list. I was playing with you, man. We got Neil Ramos again, the voice of Court General in the background. Stay tuned. He will be sooner than later. You're going to see a lot more of him. Finally, before we head into our next game, the PBA has revised its all-star voting to reduce player snubs. Chan, I'm going to need a little bit more info here. What do we know about the PBA All-Star game, and what is this revision that has a lot of people talking about it?
I think there are a lot of snubs in the PBA because majority of the players that would get votes are coming from Ginebra, from San Miguel, and from let's say Magnolia. So majority of those players, like sinabi nga nila before, si Nard Spinto nag All-Star. Hindi yun naman
So the
madami.
revision is how does the revision work?
I'm not sure how they would do it, but I think the statistical points would.
Are they gonna go SPs?
I think so, because if they're gonna go with with the
Votes?
voting only, talo talaga.
Oh, this is the Zaza Pachulia situation.
Yeah, because if you look at it, Mikey Williams he's really good. He's really a good player, pero nahihirapan pa mag top 10 sa votes eh. So majority i-vote ng mga fans, basically number 1, Jaffeth Aguilar, Junior Fajardo,
Jimmy Malonzo, Stan Hardinger. Yung starting lineup ng Ginebra.
Any guys from Ginebra will have a chance
That's
to
true.
go.
That's good actually. I like that. Yeah, I like that.
So I think the logic there, I think PBA would probably put in percentage wise, like votes would constitute around 30% and SPs would constitute around another 50% and 20% goes to the media. They will have formulas to do that, but I think
Coach, do you like the rule
dami
change?
kasing snubs eh.
Yung nga, Coach, do you like the rule change?
Like si Wami Chongson,
Wami Chongson, yeah.
points,
Yeah.
pero nahihirapan makapasok ng All-Star.
I think this is good. It's a great move for PBA.
Correct.
That's true.
That's good. Soft related. Give measure, quick. Then you can justify it. Ito, yung points ko. Yung total SP ko.
Dan Alighieri, KD always airball when clutch time. Nib Salas, down by 1. He drives to the basket, then kicks it out the green for the corner 3. So they did pass it this time.
Yeah, I think it was against the Clippers.
You know, it's funny because if Steph was trying to prove a point, he did. I passed it. Look what happened. We lost. Oh, my goodness. Just a good time out here. We're going to give you a good time, folks. Let's move on to our next game. Before we move on to our next game, I'm going to give everybody the 10-second chance to prepare your WinZir IDs. Make sure you share this live stream. And here we go. I gave you the 10 seconds. And now we're going to pull up the next player for this game. He was a part of the 1992 to 1996 Orlando Magic, was then traded to the Los Angeles Lakers in a blockbuster deal. He wanted out. He didn't like a certain teammate. Decided to go to Miami from 2004 and 2008. For a weird time, he was with these two teams. For 1 year, he was with the Phoenix Suns from 2008 to 2009. And then with the Cleveland Cavaliers and LeBron James from 2009 to 2010. Finally ending his career in 2010 to 2011 with the Boston Celtics. One of the game's most dominant big men, period. Shazam. The Big Diesel.
Superman.
The reason why the 3-second rule existed kind of works both ways. It kind of works both ways. Yeah, because the defense can't stay there for 3.
I think there's a story about this guy.
I think, no, he is also the reason why they moved the paint.
Yeah.
And the restricted area. Because if Shaq was before it was too far out.
Yeah.
So you could take an...
Alam mo, before that yung paint is
Mm.
ayun, parang rectangle.
There was a story about this guy where he complained to David Stern about the fouls kasi hindi
Yeah, they were
tinatawagan
fouling him
sa
too
ganun.
hard.
Tapos sabi ni David Stern, if he would do something that would favor Shaq, when the guy foul him, yung nagpa-foul sa kanya, yun pa yung nasasaktan.
Yeah. That's a heavy man. And of course, our winner, 636-849-578, Shaquille O'Neal, is the correct answer. And with that, congratulations, Marvin Villazon, an avid watcher of the show. You just won 500 pesos worth of WinZir credits.
Don't forget to comment, guys. Kasi
Oh, yeah, we still got the hottest take of the night. A lot of really good comments. Keep firing it out, guys. We'll be right back.
Welcome to tonight's game. Every game is a battle on the relentless pursuit of victory. Each player is determined, each move a step closer to glory. Settle the score and bet on your favorite team on WinZir, the seamless on-the-go online sports betting app. Bet on a wide range of live, virtual games anytime, anywhere with WinZir. The app gives you quick access to your current betting options. Have your favorite games at your fingertips with no lag or delays. With WinZir, you have a chance to win big, enjoy exclusive bonuses, and elevate your gaming experience, all in one place. It's time to call the shots with your newest game day companion. Win from within with WinZir. Every game is a battle on the relentless pursuit of victory. Each player is determined, each move a step closer to glory. Settle the score and bet on your favorite team on WinZir, the seamless on-the-go online sports betting app. Bet on a wide range of live, virtual games anytime, anywhere with WinZir. The app gives you quick access to your current betting options. Have your favorite games at your fingertips with no lag or delays. With WinZir, you have a chance to win big, enjoy exclusive bonuses, and elevate your gaming experience, all in one place. It's time to call the shots with your newest game day companion. Win from within with WinZir.
The video where Derek Ramsey was the...
When are we gonna get Derek Ramsey on the show? Don't let the Santa hat fool you, folks.
Do it. Whoa, that's gonna hurt.
Whoa, that's gonna hurt. Merry Christmas! I did that for all of you guys watching. Whoa. Oh, you memorize that, huh?
Isang paligo na lang.
Yeah. Okay. One more, like really just hard wash.
You're just gonna shave your...
Shave my head, right? Like, but when are we gonna get? I think our main guy Alan, by the way, shout out to Alan. When are we gonna get Derek Ramsey on the show? So we gotta talk to Alan Adarna. That's what we gotta do.
Eh, meron namang attendance check eh, kasi naka-live tayo, so...
Oh, it's his shout out to WinZir's main man and every
Chat mo
piece
kaya sa
of
Instagram,
marketing
coach.
branding.
Bro,
Oh, chat
happy
him up.
birthday, bro.
Chat him up. Hey, call him. Hey, say, hey, we can't
hey.
wait to have him on the show. Let's do it. Just do it. It's his birthday. I know what I'm saying. You have Wi-Fi. What are you talking
Bro,
about?
happy
Do it.
birthday. Nasa WinZir kami, ha?
Stay tuned. We're gonna update everybody watching right now. If Derek Ramsey will reply, that's what I want to know. Say happy birthday.
If Derek Ramsey would reply,
brother. Oh,
the
brother
Lakers
pa, wow.
will win.
Close.
Brother,
Close. Close kayo?
They're close.
They're close. I like it. Okay, let's pivot to the third game of the night. Here we go, guys. WinZir ID is ready. I'm going to give you 10 seconds to type it in with the dash. Make sure you get this guy's name right. We're going to go to our third game of the evening. 10 seconds are almost up. I'm actually just giving Jax a check because I really want to see him hit up Derek Ramsey. And say, hey, brother, happy birthday. I'm on the show. You should be too, right? Hit him up with that, right? Does he watch the show? Do we know if he watches the show? Yeah, send him a stream link and say, hey, where the F are you? Come over here. He's like nervous laughing. Like, I don't want to do it, but I think I should. That's what he's doing right now.
Awkward laugh.
Oh, no, it won't connect, but now. Oh, my God. Hey, how about this? Everybody in the comments, how about all of y'all get this to Derek Ramsey somehow?
This is Derek Ramsey.
Yeah, tag Derek Ramsey if you want to see him on the show. I don't know if he has like a fan page or if he has a page that he managed. I think he has an IG. Yeah.
Derek Agbayani kasi daw.
Oh, he has a Derek Ramsey Facebook page, but he's not online. Okay, that's why we gotta hit up Ellen Adarna. Because I think, you know how it is. The wife has a louder voice than the husband for sure, right? Okay. We digress. Let's go to the game. I gave you guys enough time. Here we go. Player name up on the screen, and it's the Birdman, Chan. The Birdman.
The guy with many tattoos. He was the first player who was coming from the G League, right?
So,
He was the first player who,
could be
through the
wrong.
G League, went to the NBA and played multiple seasons with the NBA, and one of the crucial players, I think, for the Miami Heat Big Three era.
I agree.
In fact, he played for Denver, right?
He did play for Denver. The funny thing about he even participated in the slam dunk contest
Where
where he was.
where both of the him and J.R. Smith both sucked during the.
Oh, they were terrible, and they had no tattoos, and then they had all
Yeah.
tattoos. It's crazy. I think we have a winner, and I think
Who you got?
Daryl Villavicencio. Again, an avid watcher of the show. Thank you so much. By the way, we're still petitioning for all you avid watchers of the show to get a really nice prize from WinZir, whether it's like a packet. I don't know. Sir Alan will figure it out. It won't come from his salary. Let's hope it doesn't. These giveaways.
Grocery.
104-734-0845. The correct answer is Chris Anderson. Let's go from basketball to boxing. I like this one. Ryan Garcia with a TKO win versus Oscar Duarte. Coach, I saw this coming. There was no way Ryan Garcia was going to lose this one. He was dominant from start to finish. No,
Yeah,
that was
there was a
yeah.
there was a certain boxer who keep on taunting.
it was a Shemenshek.
Yeah, I forgot.
Shemenshek. Yeah. Right.
The
So
swagger. You seen the fight?
I saw the
You
fight.
see in the swag of Ryan Garcia.
Oh yeah, this was a fight.
Entering the
Yeah.
four-sided, entering the ring, he was really confident.
Yeah.
Feeling good about himself.
Yeah.
I think before, prior to entering the ring, or he already set the tone for the fight. So I think there's no way Duarte is gonna beat Ryan Garcia.
Datu
Pope?
Dota. For once, we actually agree on something tonight, because I actually agree. This is what a lot of people in boxing call a prop fight.
Oh yeah.
This is a prop fight. A prop fight is
the way Ryan's tracking his career, like it's like a.
he always seems to have prop fight. It's like
he-
Floyd Mayweather. There's a
yeah.
prop fight after prop fight after prop fight.
At times he's avoiding those
No,
big
but-
names.
Because Ryan Garcia, you got to remember, he was knocked out
Yeah.
from a long time ago. So he needed this prop fight for fans to sort of get that energy for Ryan Garcia again, so that he can go and get the big ticket fight. So I actually agree with Dato Dota. This was a nobody. Who's Oscar Duarte to Ryan Garcia?
Parang inspiring lang eh.
Yun nga. But what I love about Ryan Garcia that I saw in this fight, hand speed looked really good. His foot movement was very pristine. He was moving around the entire ring, using as much space as possible and keeping Oscar Duarte at bay. Oscar Duarte, he's known as more of a brawler type, but you can't engage what you can't hit. And that was great. That was a great display of boxing, in my opinion, for
There's a
Ryan
good
Garcia.
take of Neve Salas.
Mm.
Same with Inoue. Don't wanna fight outside Japan. So parang may home court advantage at times.
I
Yeah.
see.
But I think right now Ryan is one of the
Is he a top boxer?
top boxers at his division.
Maybe his division.
But
Pound for pound?
probably-
No.
No.
Hell no.
Pound for pound, no.
There's too many. You got Golovkin, Canelo Alvarez.
But if you look at this generation of boxers, there's no charisma like the Pacquiaos, like the Morales.
Well, you gotta. There was such a narrative with Pacquiao. That's the thing. Like whenever whenever Pacquiao would fight, an entire country would literally back up.
But if you look at
Nobody on the
this,
streets.
the De La Hoya kind of charisma, the way they sell their fights, I don't see.
Because I think there was
It's so hard to.
yeah,
It's
it's all,
so-
because these guys, they talk smack, right? But they don't talk smack, and you can't feel the emotion as
Yeah,
raw as it
correct.
is from way back when.
Like they're just trying to sell the fight, and like before, like they're in it to fight really, like they really want to fight each other. Right now, like they're just trying to sell, like full of talking smacks and things, and when the fight,
But
they don't
yeah.
even try to hit each other.
True, but and I just gotta mention this one fight that really just sold itself. One matchup that really sold itself was Mickey Ward versus Arturo Gatti, because that was just unbelievable. For all you non-boxing fans who want to get into boxing, like Neil, stop playing with your seat. He just does stuff that makes it funny for me. I don't know, right? So, sorry, I got sidetracked. I stopped playing with you. So Arturo Gatti, look it up on YouTube. Arturo Gatti versus Mickey Ward is an all-time classic. It is just two brawlers, toe-to-toe, in the ring. They're not even trying to dodge each other. They're not even trying to escape. They're just punching each other with like uppercuts, hooks. Oh, yun nga. If you're not a boxing fan and you want to get into boxing, Mickey Ward, Arturo Gatti, I promise you that is going to be so much fun.
That Udora. At least Inoue is fighting good fighters, like legit. Yeah, that's
That's true.
Like,
I agree.
Inoue is not dodging fighters so long as his management would feel that it's a good fight.
Yeah.
He won't. I don't see Inoue dodging players. Like, I think for right now, that's why Casemiro is trying really hard to get the fight against Inoue, because I think the managers or the team of Inoue don't see Casemiro as a
legitimate threat.
Yeah. That's why.
But
right now, I think Casemiro is. I think right now number one.
True.
That's
But that's the thing also, Chan, alluding to your point. You kind of need to knock out the top guns to be the top gun. You can't get to the Triple Gs and the Canelo Alvarez's of the world if you don't even knock out Oscar Duarte, or in this case, even Casemiro, or all these other guys. You just can't, right? That's just not how boxing works. You gotta take out the big guns if you yourself want to be a big gun. And speaking of big guns and taking out big guns, the Creamline Cool Smashers are back in the news. What's new? These girls are absolutely on fire, Chan. They secure a semifinal slot, but waiting in the wings are the Choco Mucho Flying Titans.
I think it's really expected that these two teams would probably be in the semifinals, considering their roster formation. All the cream of the crop players during their college days is in these both respective teams. Like you have Valdez for Creamline, and for Choco Mucho you have the players like Bea de Leon, the Ateneo
ladies.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it's so hard to stop these ladies.
It's very hard.
Expected. I think these two teams will probably be in the finals. Obviously.
Yeah, and Marvin Villazon, Gatti versus Ward 1 in round 9 is the best round of Premier Box. That to me there's no bigger fact in the world. I don't think there's any more round of boxing that can even compare than Gatti Ward 1 in round 9. Look it up on YouTube. I kid you not. You will become a boxing fan if you watch that one round of boxing. They were just punching each other. It was ridiculous. It was the best stand and bang I've ever seen in my life. All right.
One of our avid watchers, Daryl Villavicencio.
Gatti Ward 1. Daryl Villavicencio.
His birthday is tomorrow. I think he wanna be greeted.
Daryl Villavicencio. Well, Daryl Villavicencio, man, happy
birthday,
from
brother.
all of us here at WinZir. And of course, advance Merry Christmas. You see the snow, you see the presents, you see the socks. Only thing missing is Santa. Will WinZir be your Santa? That's the big question.
Dan Alighieri. Ryan's movement has improved. He wasn't letting his hands go nearly as much, but his defense definitely got better. Still nothing spectacular, but he's on the right track. He really needs to dial on his discipline because he has so much potential to be on top, to be a top level fighter, just like what Casemiro is happening right now.
Correct. You gotta
a
improve
lot
your
of
defense.
potential, but the discipline,
Just the composure to not lose yourself.
If you look at Ryan Garcia and Casemiro,
Yeah.
they have a lot of distractions. They do a lot of non-boxing related stuff.
They do.
So, yeah, they should be disciplined with their craft.
I agree. Just like these ladies were, again, the Creamline Cool Smashers securing a semifinal spot, and the Choco Mucho Flying Titans. I like their names. You got the Cool Smashers and the Titans.
What it was, sobrang choco.
Oh my God! So the Choco Mucho.
Have that Choco Mucho Flying Titans. I don't know.
Weren't they the lemurs?
He loves that Choco Mucho, or he have a crush with this.
No, I'm curious if weren't they the lemurs?
What again?
The Choco Mucho Flying Lemurs, or is that a different team?
No, I think it's just only Flying Titans.
Okay, all right. So I already saw this happening from the very beginning, where we saw this happening where Choco Mucho, Creamline, they're probably gonna be in the finals.
Obviously. No one's gonna defeat these two teams.
It's like Team USA and the Redeem team, the 92 Dream Team and the Redeem team.
Parang yung All-Star sa volleyball. Nasa
Yeah,
dalawang teams
they're just
ako.
on these two
And
teams.
other teams are just mediocre
Mm.
teams.
Kind of feels like that, right?
Parang
weird way.
PBA, Talk and Text at
Talking Tech, San Miguel, Ginebra, and BMEG. Or what do they know now? San Miguel Coffee?
Magnolia.
Magnolia. I keep getting that wrong.
The Manok theory kasi
The Manok
yan.
theory.
Para hindi...
Okay, alright. Nakabaus. 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 BMEG Lamados. You remember the BMEG Lamados? Denzel Bowles? Yeah, Red Bull. Barako, Shell.
Food.
Mobiline. I don't remember Mobiline. I don't know what he's talking about. I don't know Mobiline.
We all knew already Coach Jack's age.
Yeah. Oh, well, I'm from 1992.
Yeah, how about Coach Jack? 19.
Hell no.
Nahihirapan mag-adjust.
Adjust. All right. Let's give everybody another 10 seconds.
Turbocharger.
Oh, yeah, the Shell Turbo. Yeah, a really good team.
No, they got Benji Paras there.
Oh, yes. Long time ago, Nim Salas. Long time ago. Who? What? Lamont Strauters. You don't have... I like Denzel Bowles. Denzel Bowles.
When I was younger,
Norman Black.
when I was younger, I really loved to watch the import of Talk and yung si Gerald Hanikat. Yung
Oh, yeah. You know who I liked back in the day? John Arrigo.
Arrigo.
John Arrigo.
The white guy.
Yeah.
The bald white guy
Yeah.
who just easily dunks at everyone.
Harvey Carey was... You guys remember Harvey Carey?
Yeah, the old
Oh,
guy. Talk and Text.
The braids. And the nostalgia... Oh, Ali Peak was the Man Mountain.
Yung binaril yung... Pero hindi tumagos.
Somehow it didn't hit here.
At the
That
neck.
was crazy. Yeah.
I think...
No, his muscle stopped the bullet. Those are some big ass.
when Junmar was younger, when he entered the PBA, Junmar said, the guy who really scares him the most is Ali Peak.
He should be scared.
Like,
That's a right.
even
He had
though
a
Ali
right to be
Peak is
scared.
just 6'4", 6'5", but
Yeah.
the way he's built, like,
Yeah. He's a big dude. He's a
parang
big dude.
dalawang
Mm-mm.
tao
dude.
or... but they say he's really a kind guy.
Pa nga yung game,
Have you heard him talk?
hello.
He's a really cool guy.
Yung game nila nung James Yap, when the James Yap incident, yung sinipa, yung ano.
Yung import.
Oh, tapos ang ginawa ni Alip.
It's like Steven Adams.
Binuhat lang
Yeah.
talaga, binuhat lang yung import.
You know somebody also came to mind about we were talking about back in the day. Paul Artadi. Paul Artadi.
Kid Lightning.
Kid Lightning, yeah. Kid Lightning ba't walang shooting?
Yeah nga. Elmer Espiritu.
Oh, yeah. Hindi, mga nabuta ko yan sa UAP time. Yung UA day sila.
Oh, really, coach?
Chia.
Nabutan mo pa.
Jack Chia.
Nabutan.
James Yap. Di, syempre, pero masaya ako. Nakita ko in person. Nakita ko
And he
college.
played against them.
Hindi na. Grabe naman. Grabe naman. Hindi na. High school ako. College sila.
Okay.
Oh, kasi...
Yun yung mga idol.
Oh, hindi kasi before, basta...
Dato Dotak. Did you play against the Crispa? Anyone from Crispa?
Grabe sa... Grabe sa... Hindi kasi before yung schedule namin, that was juniors, seniors. Yung schedule talaga.
Yeah.
So, after, for example, game namin, 11 a.m. game, after the game namin, mag-start on 2 p.m. for a live.
Yeah.
So, 11 to 12:30 or 1, tapos may 1 hour break yung production. So, pagkatapos makapanood kami, we can stay anywhere, we can sit anywhere. We can sit anywhere sa likod ng bench, sa harap, sa may camera or what. Those are the perks of being part of the UAP before.
Idol mo
Name's
si Coach
Alex.
Torion.
Jimwell Torion?
Idol
Who
mo
did
daw
you
si
grow up?
Coach
Who did you
Torion.
grow up in the PBA? Who did you grow up liking? Who did you grow up liking? Jimwell Torion.
No, hindi. Flying A na. Johnny A.
Barrientos.
Johnny A.
You know who I grew up liking?
Oh.
Rob Wainwright.
Ooh.
You remember Rob Wainwright?
Yeah.
The
Coca-Cola?
Rangers
Yeah.
shooter.
No, Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola ba?
Coca-Cola.
Oo, yun
It was
right.
him.
I
Rafi
only
Rivas.
knew him as he was in Rain or I didn't even knew he was the
Bata.
That Coca-Cola. So the first time I ever watched PBA, for everybody watching, the first time I ever watched PBA, my dad was a big fan of Johnny Abarrientos. So obviously, when I started watching, we watched Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
And Coca-Cola had these players: Johnny Abarrientos, John Arrigo, Jeffrey Carriazo, Daffy Rivas,
yeah.
Rob Wainwright, and Rob Wainwright was my favorite player for the sole reason because he was black. I didn't really like him for any other
I
reason.
have this story. Mitch is here, right?
Right.
And we're talking about past PBA players.
Mm.
Every time we talk about PBA players, the only player she would always tell me is her crush.
Eric Menk.
Asi Taulapa.
People! Si Taulapa!
Look at
Oh
the
my
face
God!
You would get scared of Asi's face.
Gusto niya pala kulot-kulot tayo. Pakulot ka kasi. Eh, hindi ka kulot eh.
I like Asi though. I like Asi. But as a
he's
crush,
kind of- like,
at least
come
mine, John. She likes Eric Menk.
on.
The big pain.
That's way better than Look at Eric Menk and Asi Taulapa. Come on, Jaffeth.
Yeah. I agree.
Like,
I agree.
his face
Major pain,
really-
major pain.
it's
Major
the
pain.
epitome of The Rock.
Major pain. Oh, yun nga.
That
no?
is funny. All right.
Hey, Coach Ax, Dan Alighieri asked where to watch MCBL live. Matches.
Oh, you can watch MCBL live in our Facebook page, Metro Cebu Basketball League. Every Saturday, 6 to 10 p.m. Sundays, 4 to 10 p.m. You got Cebu Sports Live, Metro Cebu Basketball League. You got Basketball PH. Just search lang. Or you can try to search Cebu Basketball Tournament.
Dan Alighieri also coach pa Arbor daw ng Air Jordan shirt from brand 81.
Oh my God!
Hey.
You like this?
Fire, baby.
You like this?
There's a
Merry
fire in this room.
Christmas.
Sige,
And we're
sige,
not
sige,
talking
sige,
about
sige.
heat. So let's talk about the MCBL right now. Of course, the commissioner and the founder of the Metro Cebu Basketball League, Jax Bautista. A very, very interesting set of games, all of which ended in duds. These are dud games. Etnes Gabato, 44 points, 8 rebounds, 3
Ito
steals.
medyo close
The
fight
thing
sila.
about Etnias, I think for this recreational league, is really good. Like, I think he's
Mabilis
about
eh.
5'5",
5'6".
6'7",
Oh,
really athletic.
Oh, yeah. You're going to see those guys a
And
lot.
We're teammates in one of the leagues here in Cebu. Like, aside from scoring, like he can match up well with other guards.
Yeah. Si Etnis was my former player
Yeah,
before.
he told me. He was
Oh,
here.
and he was a former player also sa CEC. Si high school ba?
High school.
Think about it.
It's
And he's a
really good.
fast quick guard talaga.
Miko,
Tapos may jump shot mid-range.
Oh, mid-range.
let's move forward. Max Sprint escaping Baluarte, 81 to 80,
Hey,
25
good
points.
game.
It was a big blow.
Boards.
I was watching this game. It
Yeah.
was a big blow for Baluarte because
Very
they're
big.
Ano
up.
ba standing ng Baluarte?
Like 3, 4?
Basta 7th or 6th seed sila.
Yeah,
So, but again, may mga nangyari na which puts up to making the free throws, and then Rubino Singson made that go ahead basket
To win the
with
game.
a tough shot.
right.
Parang hangyo eh. Yung tira na yung hangyo eh. So, that's the game.
James Fuentes, 18 points, 9 rebounds against Kaels.
Kaels.
Wow, Kaels actually put up a pretty good fight here.
Yeah.
109 to
On-on
98.
yung kalaban, tapos hindi...
Hindi
Yeah,
Bucks.
big game for
And
them.
then for some reason, Eman Villamor decided to unload on
expected.
Sir Knights. What the hell?
Hindi gumana yung jump shot ni Jomar eh.
Joe Money was like, well, hindi gumana yung jump shot niya, but Eman Villamor's jump shot was on. Not much you can do.
Almost 90 points.
It's 90. Yeah, it's close.
Or it's
93, 97?
Teka lang, na-ovoids tayo sa ano eh.
93
93.
points. Wow. Lord have mercy. Danilo Rosales, 23 points and 12 rebounds. That wasn't even a joke, but okay.
You guys are next.
Are we next? Against
Gremlins.
we got the Gremlins
I
next?
don't know.
Ata, hindi. Wala pa ata.
I
Hindi
think,
pa, hindi
I
pa.
think we have Joe Marie and the Knights. That's how I remember. Mark Solonia and again the Sheridan Gremlins playing against Serb Industries, defeating them by I believe 70 points. Boy, they're just They should just play their team C at this point. Their team A is just way too good. Right? Brian Olivero, 34 points, 13 rebounds,
2 assists.
2 assists.
It's ano to eh. For I think team Kaels man siguro to. But then again, the games from this weekend nga, meron mga games na tight games, may mga games na
Some blowouts.
blowout games, but still
Sheridan
it's a fun to watch, especially when it all boils down to the Sweet 16.
We hope
Which
to
we
make
are
the
hoping
Sweet
to
16.
make
I think
next
all of us
year.
are trying to make the Sweet
Dan Alighieri, if you're watching, you're gonna watch the MC
Oh,
games
you
at
guys,
MC
you guys
stage,
was
and you're gonna watch
makikita
me
nyo
and
itong
Jaffeth
dalawang to.
sit at the bench.
We're like, oh,
Oh, come on.
come on.
Sit tight, well.
Mitch gonna say, "Go, babe, sit properly."
A classic. An instant
Just
classic.
sit properly there.
I believe we're going to go on now to our fourth game of this evening. Let's go. Put the name up on the screen. Guess the nickname. WinZir IDs ready. The pistol. This one's a classic, coach.
Do you see his drill? The video where Red Auerbach was with him.
Correct. Yep,
He's
that's the
gonna
one I'm referring
smacking
to.
the ball really hard. Like, it's when I watched the video, I was so scared.
Isang mali lang eh, no?
that he's just gonna
Oh,
miss. and
isang mali lang sa'yo.
He's going to
Hindi,
smack.
pero nga,
He-
di ba?
won't
He
have
misses
kids
one
anymore.
time. He misses one time. He kills an entire generation. Alright? He kills an entire
Like, who's
generation of
gonna
dudes.
do that drill? Like,
Di ba, this is the guy na parang sinabi sa parang well, kahit nag-jogging siya, may dala siyang bola going to the ano.
Yeah, his handles are next
Oh.
level. This guy
Like
was crazy.
nag-jogging siya pupunta sa gym.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Kahit
There-
nasa road siya,
yeah, yeah.
dribbling all the way.
There was a story like he made a statement like he doesn't want to play basketball over 30, and he died
Hold on.
before that.
Joe Galinado. The answer is Alan Peter Cayetano. I don't know why that's so funny. It's not supposed to be, but it is. So the correct answer, of course, at some point, he's going to win one. Dan Alighieri, 178-762-2223. Pistol, Pete Maravich. I love it. Now let's move on to something that I know a lot of people love. Let's talk about the WinZir odds analysis. Next week, we're going to try and put up a segment for y'all where we're going to make the bets for you, and you can make the same bet we do. If you win a lot of money. Why not? It's WinZir. That's
Pero
what we
pag
do.
matalo sila, kasalanan mo
And
na.
then don't watch the live. WinZir odds analysis. All right. North American NBA game. Portland Trail Blazers, Golden State Warriors. Second quarter total points. Over and under is 59.5. The odds multiplier is 1.89. Question is, what was the bet that was made? Did the person bet the over or the under?
Under.
Under.
Kasi under 50.
Correct. Under 59.5. So the person bet the under.
Probably he's.
This is a risky bet. Both teams are high powered. Over and under second quarter total points. That means that one would have to. They scoring
Obviously,
30.
Portland would score low with Scoot there. Like, he's not playing really well.
True. Stake was 26 grand. The winnings were 49,140 pesos. Not bad. Pretty good bet. This one's a little bit more complex. This one. Spurs and Timberwolves. Match winner.
Oh, come on.
1.34 1. Thunder Rockets. Match winner. 1.67. So this person bet on, I believe, the Timberwolves
Yeah.
and
I
the
think
Rockets because he has a
Rockets won
positive
earlier.
set of odds. So that means he bet the one that was lower tiered. So the Wolves and the Thunder won him 22,000 pesos. So
Do you know that the Rockets are 8-1 at home and they suck at the road?
they were
So probably-
this from last year.
Probably if the Rockets won that game,
Mm.
it's their home turf.
Okay. Well, here we go. We're down to the last segment of this evening, and it is none other than the comment of the night. I see. So we now have, all right, as usual, we're going to take a 5-count vote with the 2 guys in the back and 3 guys out here in front. Niv Salas, 40-point triple-double for Tyrese. Oh, my God, Niv, you and I are going to have a conversation,
Remember
buddy.
the guy who won, I think it's Joe Galindo, right? He won.
Alan
betted
Peter
the Blazers.
Cayetano.
But he betted that if Tyrese would, and the Pacer would lose, he was
He
going
would shave
to
his
go
head.
bald.
Oh, Joe Galindo, we got to see some stuff, brother. Dato Dota, keep feeding Ryan Garcia some nobodies. That's a strong one, but I like that one. All right.
I have
Guys in the back, who do you have?
number 1. I got for Nib.
Number 1,
Number 1, Niv.
number 1, number
Niv.
3.
Niv.
But you guys like Joe. Joe? You like Joe? You like Joe? Neil, you know what? I'll count you in. What do you want? Who do you like?
Number 2.
Your options,
Ang layo talaga.
your options are Niv or Joe. That's because it's a two-way tie. It's a two-way tie. You're a tiebreaker. Who do you have? Who do you have? You like Niv Salas? Let's get it with the Niv Salas. 40-point triple-double for Tyrese. Mark this, Jaffeth. Niv, you and I are gonna have a fun
The guy who
conversation.
triggered Jaffeth.
Oh yeah.
Hindi, tingnan natin to. Kailan yung game?
Tomorrow. I believe.
tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Next week, tingnan natin to
Joe Galido.
kung ano mangyayari sa inyo.
You have to be present next week.
Can we mark that for next week? Joe Galido
Joe Galido, hanapin natin nila.
and Niv
Niv
Salas.
Salas.
Niv Salas, hey buddy,
Next week.
brother, I'm gonna do you a solid. If you win, we'll put you on the line. You can yell at me all you want, but if I win,
Oh!
win, we're gonna do buddy. Let's do it.
Oh! Sige.
For everybody here at WinZir, I'm gonna start off with Coach Jax Bautista and the MCBL. It's been on fire. What do you have for everybody?
It's almost half of the season already, but then again, players are tougher, teams are tougher, and it will all boil down to the Sweet 16 top 8 from each bracket. And I definitely will love the game once it's a knockout round already. And stay tuned, just keep on watching MCBL during Saturday 6 to 10 p.m. and Sundays 4 to 10 p.m.
And Christian Montefalcon from Bucketball PH.
So just keep tuned into our page. We have NBA, PBA, UAAP, anything related to basketball and anything related to memes about basketball. And watch us, Jaffeth, sit on the bench at the MCBL this coming Sunday. So stay tuned.
And for myself at Grind Time Sports, catch any kind of basketball action on our page as well as Bucketball PH and the MCBL. And again, Niv Salas. Oh, we're gonna talk next week. We are gonna have a fun conversation, won't we?
Oh yeah.
And that's a wrap
Yeah.
for Grand Slam Thursday. Keep an eye out for upcoming announcements, new games, and even bigger prizes. If you had a blast today, and I'm sure you did, remember that the excitement does not end there. Whether it's on the virtual casino floor or right here on our live stream, remember to keep the thrill alive and the bets bold. From all of us here at WinZir, thank you. Have a very happy holiday season and enjoy the holidays.
Enjoy the weekend.
We'll see you again next Thursday.
Every game is a battle on the relentless pursuit of victory. Each player is determined, each move a step closer to glory. Settle the score and bet on your favorite team on WinZir, the seamless on-the-go online sports betting app. Bet on a wide range of live virtual games anytime, anywhere with WinZir. The app gives you quick access to your current betting options. Have your favorite games at your fingertips with no lag or delays. With WinZir, you have a chance to win big, enjoy exclusive bonuses, and elevate your gaming experience, all in one place. It's time to call the shots with your newest game day companion,